Hey, I'm just going to make this very crystal clear. Y'all are either going to have to fight or you're going to die. They're coming for our water. They're coming for water. They don't want us to live a life where we have water. We're already paying for it, but they want us just basic consumptions so they can have it for what they want. You're going to either fight or you're going to die because none of us can survive without water, and they don't care about us. If you're not serving little white America in the Middle East, if you ain't working, then you're obsolete. And honestly, they don't really need us because they can build welfare cities all over this country. That's all they care about, data centers and welfare cities. If you understand what I'm saying, you know, just look up deed theft. Y'all are living in fucking la la land if you think you're going to go back to what you think America used to be, which was just a smoking mirror anyway. You're going to have to fight or you're going to die. That's the bottom line on top.
To this.
Water is the next crypto. Water is the next whatever, gold. I mean, really smart guys have been buying, the families like the Rockefellers have been buying up water rights for 100 plus years. There's a reason why Ted Turner, the second largest landowner in the United States, he's not buying it for the land, he's buying it for the water rights.
Now, while we were distracted with other things, there's a danger that nobody's talking about. But it's going to hit harder than anything this decade. The world could run out of water. It's actually called Day Zero. Now, Day Zero is a moment when the water supply gets so low that governments have to shut off access to regular tap water. Remember, we're in the biggest tech transformation in history, and tech needs water. AI and data centers need water. Now, this is a serious threat, but it could be a huge opportunity. There's a reason why people like Bill Gates, Richard Branson, and other billionaires are investing in water. Now, here's 5 ways to invest in water. You have water ETFs, PHOFIW, both give you exposure to the entire ecosystem. Number 2, you got water utilities, AWK, WTRG, both predictable, essential demand. Then you have infrastructure, filtration, desalination, pipelines. These are the pick and shovels of the water ecosystem. You have water tech, companies that are solving purification and recycling. Now, by the time everybody figures this out, it's going to be too late. Follow me for more on the future of money, resources, and how to position your investment.
Listen to this, bro.
We're facing a global water crisis. AI is draining our supply. The fix is USWR, United States Water Reserve. It tokenizes water. Once Trump places America's reserves into it in June, this becomes a multi-billion-dollar asset.
And here's what Bill Gates, one of the wealthiest men in the world, is talking about. The United States Water Reserve. And nobody's talking about this yet because it's not public, but I've been letting you guys know what is going on behind the scenes. Because people want to know, why are all the billionaires buying up all the water? Meanwhile, we're supposed to be going through a water drought. When you have celebrities like Kyrie Irving talking about this should be raising eyebrows. But this is not on the mainstream media.
I still think it's weird that, you know, the Gates family or Bill Gates owns a lot of the, you know, land in North Dakota. I think that's weird. He owns the majority of the water in the United States. I think that's weird.
Because here's what's going on, y'all. We see that AI is booming. Every single person wants to have a conversation with AI. Hell, people are even marrying AI. So what does AI need to be cooled? It needs billion gallons of water every single day. The same token that they're talking about revealing on June 19th is in BlackRock's portfolio. Trump is bringing out the big dog. It looks like they're starting to talk about it. Trump, they're talking about it. Even on the website, it says on the 19th. You guys are looking for this. The token is already on Coinbase. It's already on the Phantom app, a Phantom wallet. If you use that, you have to do is make sure you got the right contract address, and it'll also be pinned in the comments below. This is the craziest narrative for the summer, man. And it's getting hot. Everybody needs water, man. Yeah, this is not financial advice. I'm only showing you guys how I do my research. If you comment juice, I'll DM you the link to the free Telegram group while I give her top plays and calls, man. We're in the digital wave. Let's continue to get it. Peace.
Look, USWR, the United States Water Reserve, will be one of the greatest wealth explosions of this century. Fresh water is the new oil. This is going...
This is exactly what Bill Gates is talking about. It's already on Coinbase, and it's called USWR, United States Water Reserve. Make sure you watch this video all the way to the end and save this video just in case they take it down. Let me put you on. Because this right here could possibly make you millionaires overnight. Bill Gates, the same guy who predicted every global crisis, has profited billions off of it, been buying up almost all of America's water supply. AI is surging behind the scenes. It generates enormous heat, demands constant cooling with billions of water that consumes, really draining our national supply. making water extremely valuable. It said water is becoming very precious because there is less and less of it. There's a video that's going viral right now of billionaire Dan Penna claims water is the next gold. CNN article just leaked that Gates has been urging the United Nations to secure a blockchain solution for the pending global water, but meaning that's set to hit. That's the thing he's talking about, USWR. I had to look at BlackRock's public crypto holdings, and there it is, USWR. He's holding a lot of it. Pulled up the official website, USWR.ai. It's right there. Trump signs the Strategic Water Reserve Framework on July 4th, scheduled from June 19th. So that happens, that's like 1,000x. My 10K will turn into 10 million. I bought a bag on Coinbase. You can actually get it on Phantom Wallet as well too. Comment water in the comments. I'll give you guys the contract address. And as always, this is not financial advice. Do your own research.
All right. Shalom, shalom. Keep us a sheep. Brother Kashai back with another lesson. Lord's will. This video is edifying. All right. Before we begin, I would first start off by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rekah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Shalom and shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, today's lesson will be titled "Fight or Die." All right, something to that effect. All right, and as you can see, all right, we will be making some points off the clip played at the beginning of the video. But first and foremost, this lesson is inspired through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and yeah, man. Once again, Lord will, this video is edifying. So as you can see, you have a clip. And this lady, she goes viral on Instagram, I believe. It's my first time seeing her videos. And, you know, basically just going in on how, of course, these, you know, the elites, all right, the wicked, all right, who rule the earth right now. Like she said, you know, and it's nothing new, all right. The water has been tainted. The food has been tainted. All right, all these things have been... as the scripture said, you shall eat your bread defiled, all right, amongst the heathens, roughly paraphrasing. All these things have been defiled. All right, like shit, they're coming for the water. All right, and these are the wiles of the devil. All right, this is how they get to you. Okay, they get to you through the food, through the water. All right, of course, through, you know, TV and social media, music. All right, all that. All right, but the things they know you need, all right, everyone needs water. And that's why she said, you know, you're either gonna have to fight or you're gonna die, right? And you know, we're not saying fight, all right, because we know the Lord is gonna, you know, keep his elect, all right, those who are predestined and preordained, all right, his chosen, all right, of the nation of Israel. They will eat, they will drink, all right, they will survive the coming famines, okay, and pestilence, all right, and sword, all right. But we see things, you know, ramping up slowly but surely, all right. And you know, as the lady said, when that time comes, because it will come, and that's why the scripture constantly reminds us, you know, don't worry about what you should eat or what you should drink, all right. It wouldn't remind us of these things and encourage us not to, you know, not worry if they weren't coming to pass, right? If it wasn't going to come true, okay? So, yeah, man, just a few precepts. First, I want to start off in the book of Isaiah 48. And where should I start? From the Chaldeans with it was and there's Lord redeemed servant Jacob. Okay, God. Isaiah 48 and I started verse 20. It says, go ye forth of Babylon. It says, flee ye from the Chaldeans. It says, with a voice of singing declare ye, tell this, utter it even to the end of the earth. Say ye, the Lord hath redeemed his servant Jacob, and they thirsted not When he led them through the deserts, he caused the waters to flow out of the rock for them. He clave the rock also, and the waters gushed out. There is no peace, all right, saith the Lord, unto the wicked. All right, so the Lord is gonna make sure he provides for his elect. Why? So he can prove, and not saying he has anything to prove, but so that he's keeping his word. All right, because the Lord is not a man that he should lie. All right, and there are gonna be miracles. All right, things are gonna happen because why? It's prophesied that it will. All right, so we're gonna see miracles, man. We're gonna see brothers being fed. All right, families being fed, brothers being protected. All right, brothers, families being protected. Okay, the Lord is about to do a major thing. All right, as he did in Egypt. Okay, and that's why you truly have to believe, because right now, all right, in times to come, we're gonna be tested. All right, but the reward is being kept. All right, the reward is gonna be being kept in these times, man. Okay. 2nd Ezra 15. All right. We started. Let's start at verse 12. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague of punishment that God shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fall through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So it's going to be a lot of fighting to come. Fighting over food, weapons, resources, protection, women, things of that nature. All right, verse 16 says, For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand their power. All right, because the time is going to come where the only thing that's going to matter is who has what, who knows who. All right, not the things of social media. All right, the images. All right, these things are not going to matter, man. All right, it's going to be about eating, drinking, surviving in that time. All right, that's why the elect man is going to be more valuable than gold. All right, roughly paraphrasing as the scripture says. Right, we're coming into a time where real things of real value are going to matter. All right, because now this world doesn't value the real, the things that are worth gold. All right, they value the corruptible things. All right, the things that get old. All right, they can be stolen. All right. Next precept, Matthew 24:12, and it reads, And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, because people are about to see people true colors. Okay, when people are hungry, thirsty, scared, you're gonna see people true colors. It says, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So people you thought loved you, you're gonna see that they never really loved you. All right, because people are gonna be too busy trying to do anything to feed their family or feed themselves or to survive. They're gonna do anything, and that means sin, iniquity. Right. 2nd Ezra. Let's go back to 15. I'll pick back up at 17. It says, A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid. Verse 19 says, And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So your neighbors, man, people watching you, the people you go to work with, your family members. All right, so a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. And it's not just your people stay beside you. You know, like I mentioned, you know, family, friends, people you work with, right? Your co-workers, right? Says, but shall destroy their houses with sword. What is the modern day sword? The gun. You're gonna be kicking your door down, man. And spoil their goods, your foods, anything you have that could be worth something, right? Because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. All right, mean it's not gonna be enough food, man, to feed everyone. Real quick. And grab this, since why the Lord said this in the book of Matthew 6, verse 25. It says, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, or what you shall eat, or what you shall drink, nor yet the body, or what you shall put on. Is not life more than meat, and the body more than raiment? And I could go on and finish this verse, but it's just showing you that the Lord is going to provide for his chosen, his elect, man. All right, so with that, man, Lord willing, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Until next time, I'd like to close out by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, Shalom, and Shalom to the hopeful elect.